Happy New Year.
Is the gang back together?
Everyone's back together here in the new year. That's great. Is it going to be woohoo for this market today, Carol?
I don't know. We just had a market guest on that says, looking at, I guess, the first day, trading day of 2025, we're hitting, I guess, a significant low, he pointed out.
Yeah, Vinny Catalano is basically like, no, we're red for the year now. It's going to be a down year. Not looking good.
It's not a good thing. And he's been talking to folks like Sam Stovall and others. And I don't know, guys. First trading day.
I said, Vinny, you got to look on the bright side.
Yeah. Well, he is right. I mean, this will be the lowest so far this year for the S&P 500.
Hey, I'm wondering if people are still on vacation because volume on the S&P 500 down relative to the last 20 days, Scarlet. But, I think maybe people are getting back to the office.
People are definitely getting back to the office. There's not a whole lot of data to work off of. We had jobless claims this morning, but not a whole lot that'll move markets tomorrow. I'm still hung up on what Romaine was saying. I'm being wheeled in. Carol's in her cage. It sounds like the beginning of a mixed martial arts.
I am not happy, right?
Okay,
I want to run.
but just to be clear, Scarlet can walk just fine. She's not actually wheeled in. Like she's on a chair, and they do wheel her in the chair.
I've never seen her
feel
walk.
like we need to do.
I'm just saying.
We need to sort that out. But what was really interesting, guys, if you take a look at some of the upside here, do you know it's like $15 billion worth in IG supply? I mean, talk about getting after it in the new year. Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of things here that could potentially sort of move these markets as we head into the new year. The first day, not giving you a whole lot here, but remember, this is a holiday shortened week, and we might have to wait just a little bit longer for the real price action, even maybe another 3 weeks until we get that new administration and the new policy proposals start to become reality. More than 300 stocks in the red for the S&P 500, leading to a 0.2% decline on the day. The Dow down more than 150 points, or about 0.4%. The Nasdaq is going to close lower by about 0.2%. And look at the Russell 2000, was in the red for a good portion of the day, squeaking out a gain today of just about 2 points, or about 0.1%.
All right. So could it be that small caps are finally going to outperform? All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Looking at the S&P 500, though, guys, most names lower today. 327 names in the index, declining 174, Scarlet, to the upside.
And it follows that most sectors are in the red as well, led by consumer discretionary, and that's really Tesla dragging that group lower by 1.25%. Materials and REITs also losing ground by at least 1%. Your best performers are energy names, gaining 1%. Energy only gained 2.3% in 2024, even after a second-half rally tied to those AI hopes.
All right. Well, I'm going to then kick it off in terms of gainers with some energy names. Constellation Energy, number one gainer in the NASDAQ 100, number two gainer in the S&P 500. Keep in mind that the stock doubled, nearly doubled last year on heightened energy needs. It all had to do with artificial intelligence, the demands that were there. You had Microsoft also paying a hefty premium for power from Constellation in particular, and the soon-to-be restarted 3 Mile nuclear island. Well, today, Constellation Energy signing a pair of deals with the U.S. government to provide more than $1 billion worth of electricity and services. So there's a lot going on with this name. So we're going to continue to keep a watch. Finishing the day up about 8.5%, so just off its highs of the session. Then you had Vistra Corporation. This one was up just shy of 9%. So again, just off its highs of the day, really holding on to all of its gains. Keep in mind that this was the first utility to top the S&P 500 in 2024 since 2001. And again, amid the AI boom and the need for energy, the growth of AI and data centers, all of this providing momentum to all of these names. So again, this was the top one in the S&P 500.
Sorry, what was the stat you said? That was the first energy company to be
first
top?
utility to top the S&P 500 since 2001.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so pretty significant, right? All right, and one last name for you, Synaptics. It's just about a $3.2 billion market cap company in the semi space. It's a semi-device company. It rallied after the company said it's collaborating with Google on Edge AI for the Internet of Things. So we're talking about that again. And yet Synaptics up about 8% in today's trade, guys.
All right, you got the gainers, Carol. I got the decliners of the first day, trading day of the year. I want to start with Tesla, falling more than 6% today. The company did report that annual vehicle sales dropped for the first time in more than a decade. Keith Naughton reminded us the last time they dropped annually, Tesla was selling just a few thousand cars, not more than 1 million cars each year. So this is a very big deal. For the quarter that ended December 31st, it delivered 495,570 vehicles. Analysts wanted to see 512,277. Also in Tesla news today, out there in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Municipal Police Department saying earlier that Tesla staff are on their way this afternoon to assist in the probe of that blast outside of the Trump International Hotel yesterday in Las Vegas. Also, shares of SoFi are falling today by more than 8%. This after a downgrade from Keefe, Bruyette & Woods, the firm cutting SoFi to underperform from market perform, saying that the company's valuation is, quote, overstretched. Shares trading at about $14 today. The price target, though, set by the firm to $8 implies a decrease of just about 48% from the last close. And Numora Therapeutics, did you guys see this decline today?
Oh, yeah.
It's a $300 million market cap company now, 81% to the downside today, a record plunge. The company's experimental drug for the treatment of major depressive disorder failed to show a benefit in a final stage study. Shares fell more than 81%. I do have an honorable mention, if that's okay. Apple down for a fourth day in a row today. Can't ignore it, down 2.6% today. There was this Reuters report about iPhones being discounted in China as competition intensifies. It's the fourth day in a row that Apple shares have fallen, longest streak since November 4th.
I'm just stuck on that therapeutics chart.
Wild,
talk
isn't
about
it?
gap down. It didn't even look like a chart. It looked like just a line down. All right, guys, I'm taking a look at the bond market. As the equity move was really confusing, so was the bond move. You had a sell-off across the curve, and then you had buying, and then we ended pretty mixed. The 2-year ending flat, and you have a lower yield sort of on the back end. But the standout, though, if you look at the bond market, is the blue chip firm selling $15 billion of debt today. That was quite something.
Well, that's the other thing, too, right? Like, if you need to sell, I mean, wouldn't now, meaning over the next couple of months be the time where you kind of still have this policy uncertainty with the Fed and you could kind of exploit that to get whatever you need out the door?
All right. Well, speaking of rates, let me go to what's going on in the mortgage rate market. We saw U.S. mortgage rates hitting their highest since early July. So we're talking about rates going to about 6.91%, nearing 7%. So it has gotten much more difficult for buyers looking to enter the housing market.
Yeah, I thought
It's not a new story.
I was just going to say that. I was like, is this from the 80s?
Was this shot on an iPhone 1 or something? What's happening?
I can't answer that question.
Was it? I don't know. Was it?
It might have been.
Amazing.
There you go.
Well,
Mike hurt.
that's when rates were higher back then.
You're talking about the video, right?
Yes,
yeah,
the
I'm
video.
talking about the video, Carol.
Yes,
Massar.
that's amazing.
Sorry, I was focusing
The most
on
important thing.
content.
He's deflecting from the pain of 7%
Yeah, I
mortgage
don't
rates.
want to
That's
hear
what's
that.
happening.
I think I saw
Stop
somebody
talking.
in that video doing that newfangled jogging thing.
Jogging. I hear that's all the rage now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this new thing
Everyone-
people
but
are
that
doing.
was a fun- that
they
was a
run
really
for
fun
fun.
thing.
They run for fun.
Wasn't the
jogging.
most fun thing is walking around on January 1st, and you can tell who the first-time runners are.
Yes,
out there on the
totally.
Boy, we're digressing. All I'm going to say is, for some, it's getting
Isn't that
expensive
what we do on this show?
to maybe buy a home, but maybe we can buy a Birkin. Maybe it's more accessible.
Or maybe
guys.
not an actual Birkin, maybe Walmart's version of a Birkin. They've been selling these new handbags. They call it a leather purse or a tote shoulder bag, and they range from $60 to just under $300. A lot of people on social media are calling it the Workin.
So what is this I'm looking at? Is that the Birkin or the Walmart version of it?
That's the Workin.
That's the Workin
Okay.
with a W.
That's the Workin. It looks relatively the same.
And this is-
and the resale value for this, you guys.
We gotta see these
I was
side by
listening to
side.
TikTok. I was the first time I've ever been on TikTok, and the resale was more than double.
Yeah.
You can buy it for $40 and sell it for multiple hundreds of dollars. Take that, Birkin.
No.
Does it actually look like a
It
Birkin?
Is that
what
it
they
looks like a Birkin from a distance.
Huh. Okay.
Wait till the lawyers.
And you don't need to get on a
involved. That's
waiting
whole-
list.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. What's going on?
They're just gathering evidence right now.
And Birkins are what, $12,000 to
Minimum.
$42,000?
Minimum, you're looking at
You
10
can't
grand.
get- That's the thing.
That's if you're one of their favorite people.
Yeah.
So there's a
It's a
range.
sliding
It
scale.
could be over 100, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on
Hundreds of thousands?
what they're made out of.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and there's
that's
this whole
true.
there,
Yeah, that's true.
and there
Oh,
was
could be
there was a
snakeskin or
great
something.
book written about this too. And you can't just go in, but you have to be a current customer and have spent so much
There's
money
a list.
on their
you gotta put your
scarves
name
and other
on
stuff.
it. Yeah,
It's
got to say a
He knows a
special
lot
word.
about this.
Yeah.
He's still working on it.
I looked into it once, but now
do you
that
have?
there's an $80 or whatever you said version,
$40.
Workin.
You can give her 40.
I mean, I wouldn't know the difference.
They're sold out though. That's the thing.
That's why the resale market is so good.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It sounds like buy them now because they might not be accessible if the lawyers get involved, right? I
The
know.
lawyers are definitely getting
You
involved.
can't get them.
Oh, that's so sad. All right. That's a wrap, Ben. It's been fun to be back with you guys. Happy New Year. Our first trading day of 2025, our cross-platform coverage, radio, TV, YouTube, Bloomberg Originals. We call it the closing bell. We'll see you again, same time, same place tomorrow.